Hey, this is Calvin with your cryptocurrency check-in. Today is Tuesday, February 23rd. It is 3:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just an update on where we're at with the cryptocurrency world. We have dumped currently 29.25%, so roughly a 30% dump. Are we done? We are finding major support on this. Oh, this is Ethereum. This is not the right coin at all. Bitcoin, it's going to be a similar percentage. Uh-oh, gotta buy Ethereum. We have a 22% dump on Bitcoin. Are we done yet? We have found major support at the $45,000 level, and we've been bouncing off that. We're getting these nice, huge 10% bounces. So there's a 10.13% bounce, coming back down, 8.29, and then we're on our way back up. We have 4.35 so far. So if you are playing this in both directions, this is some lovely equilibrium that you can be playing here. This is a nice level to play off of. You could set your stop right below 45,000 if that is how you like to trade. Something to watch out for. If we go back in time to February 8th, and yes, it wasn't that long ago, it was just February 8th, so we're talking about 2 weeks ago, we were at this level going up, so this dump is not that bad. Something to watch out for though. The Tesla says to buy Ethereum. I don't know. The Tesla launch right here, 7 a.m. on February 8th. We went 23% in one move. Okay. In making that move, we found support at the $45,000 level, leaving a price gap of a 15%. And so we left a price gap between 39,300 and where we're currently at. And so if we fall below this $45,000 level support, we don't really have anything to play off of until we get to our next support level, which would be the 41,200. Okay. And so if we fall below this level, look out below. Okay. Be very careful playing here. Looking at our signs of reversal on the 4-hour chart, we can see that we are about to, the K and the D stochastics, they are right at the same value, 31. So we're about to have a possible bullish crossover if that does ultimately cross, and it looks like it's fighting across right now. If we have a cross right there, that is a bullish crossover that can help us move upward. Looking to the daily. Daily, we are still moving down, but we've already had our bearish crossover. We see the MFI and the RSI moving downward though. So looking at the 1 hour, we're also about to have a bullish crossover. And so we are looking for our lower time frames to bring us back up out of this mess. We could also look for divergences on the hourly. And I was looking at this earlier. So it's important to note that my stochastic is set to 14-day and lows. And so these are the minima. And if we look here, and then we have another one. So let me just make this bigger. So we have a minimum here, right here, and we're looking to develop another one right here. And so if we put a trend line on these, this is moving upward. And if we look at those same points on the price action, so this minimum right here is this initial dip that we had, this huge wick downward. And then our next one is this candle right here. So this dip. So on the price action, we're going down. On the RSI, we're going up. This is a bullish divergence. And so now obviously divergences don't always play out, but this is a divergence that is happening in our favor. And so we could look for that to help us bring us up as well. So we have the bullish crossovers on the 4-hour and the 1 hour in our favor. We have that bullish divergence, and we have this nice support line of $45,000. And so hopefully we can get a nice reversal at the $45,000 level. And so if we're going to get a reversal, what we need to be looking for. So we came down, we came up, we came down, we came up, came down. And so this is our low point right here. Now we're coming up. And so this is not going to just ride all the way back up, of course. It's going to move in a zigzag fashion. So when we come down the next time, we will hopefully make a higher low and not retest that $45,000. Every time we retest that $45,000 level, we are increasing the chances of people taking profits at this level, thinking that it's going to go lower. And so we want to make a higher low at this point. So higher low, and that's how we're going to fight our way back out of this, is by making higher lows. If we keep on retesting this $45,000 level, that's not going to be good for Bitcoin in the short term. Okay, so we want to see a nice reversal off this $45,000 line. We don't want to see a dip below that, because again, we have that void here. We have that price gap due to the Tesla launch there. And so we need to be careful playing at this $45,000 level. If we look to Ether, you saw the alerts coming up for me. Ether is moving up. It's playing on this level, and so this is the 1438 level. And if we go back in time, this was previously a resistance level on January 19th, January 24th, January 29th, before blasting past it in the same event, Tesla buying in, or the SEC filing is coming through for Tesla buying into Bitcoin. Okay, and so we can look to this level for support, but again, we don't want to dip below it. We want to be careful. We see the same stochastic crossovers about to occur on the 1 hour for ETH. We see it on the 4 hour has already occurred, and that's why I'm getting those alerts. Let's look at the daily. The daily is still coming down. It's a little bit further along than Bitcoin, and so we're looking for this to turn back up and have a nice bullish crossover. The RSI looks pretty nasty here. It's pretty low. On the daily, the RSI is at the same level it was at way back on January or September 22nd, and so that is definitely notable. And so we might be looking at an overbought condition, or sorry, an oversold condition for Ether. And so I would look for Ether to lead the way in terms of percentage movement, but I don't think it's going to lead Bitcoin in terms of price action. I think that Bitcoin's going to it's the big brother here. It's going to lead the way, but because Ether is much smaller, it will have a bigger percentage movement. So that is Ether. One thing I wanted to point out, if we look at weekly, and so this looks like a nasty event for Ether, and it kind of is. You know, we have a severe dip. This from the high to the low, this is a 35% movement. Okay, and I just want to point out something to you. So if I go back to the Bitcoin chart, and we're going to go back in time, we're going to go right 2017. What was Bitcoin doing? Okay, this is the event that I wanted to show you. So if we kind of just isolate this portion here, in my mind, this looks a lot like Ether looks right now. We had a huge run up. Here's the decrease, 30%. Looks very similar. Okay. If you're a bag holder in Ether right now, you're in despair mode. Okay. You might want to sell and think that Ether is dead, but it is not. Okay. It is not a dead coin, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think that if we just wait a little bit, we are going to have some good things happening in the future. And so we could see back in June of 2017, the week of June 12th, Bitcoin made that dip, and it had a doji on the next week and the next week, and so stagnation. And then look, I forgot about this huge dip here. Then we had another. So so we had 3 horizontal weeks and then another 28% dip. So this is mega despair mode. But look what happened afterwards. Okay, and obviously we are way past this point, and so we can expect these huge movements. It's happened before. We've overcome them, and so something just to put things in perspective. Hopefully we don't have another 30% dip on this price right now for Ether, but you know, we've seen things like this before. This is not anything big. Okay, if you want a big dip, look to these ones. The end of the 2017 bull run. Okay, we're talking over many weeks, a 70% dip. So could be worse, could be better, could be worse. Right now we should not be overly concerned, because when it comes down to it, we are still in a weekly uptrend, and this trend it's still strong. Okay, so look play off of this 40, or maybe don't, or just let it be, but look for Bitcoin and Ether to bounce off of these respective levels of 45,000 and 1438 for Ether. If we continue to dump, though, the next one is going to be roughly 41,200. Okay, if we blast through that, because that was not a very substantial support level, so we had it. It's just a very weak support. If we blast through that, we're looking for a deeper correction. So just be careful. If you are buying in to get in on this volatility, make sure you are using stops and trade safely. Have a good day.